Good morning. This is Dr. Joan with Becoming Canada. I'm a trauma recovery specialist, and this message, this Monday morning message, I want to send out to anyone who is seeking counseling at this time. And I want to speak especially to my Black brothers and sisters, and I want to talk to you about what you should be looking for as you seek out a counselor. Now, I'm going to give kind of like a backdrop to some of the suggestions that I'm going to make. One of the things that I want to talk about is that if you are seeing a counselor and you're not dealing with trauma on a number of different levels, you're missing the big picture. All right. So what's the ultimate trauma? Let's start big. The ultimate trauma that has happened to Black people is chattel slavery and the genetic memory that has flowed into the generations that now are being born and that already exists. So if you are going to a therapist and that therapist is at some level able to acknowledge the historical trauma and the way in which it has influenced our lives to this date, you're seeing someone who is not only skilled but is dealing with the right things. Now, the trauma has trickled from chattel slavery into our families in a number of ways. It has, for example, decimated the family structure of Black people. And so we have to be aware that there has been a trauma that has been endured by the male in a particular way and the female in a particular way. And that these two ways have demonstrated or devastated and actually divided and conquered the Black family. And so one of the things that I think over the next 30 years is going to become very pivotal is for the Black male and the Black female to heal and to just come into that place where they line up with who they are as individuals, but then line up with the role that they're supposed to play in their children's lives. Right now, Black families there's a lot of separation. We have, it's almost like we've forgotten ourselves, and so we've divided in all of these different ways. But we've also been, in a way, mirroring what has been going on in the white world, and I think we need to be very sensitive to that. I want to talk to you just for a few seconds about something called mirror neurons. These brain cells were discovered about 30 years ago, and they absolutely changed the landscape of psychology. I mean, some of the old 150-year-old psychology theories are just like literally gone out the window because of the discovery of mirror neurons. Mirror neurons allow us to empathize with others and allow us to be empathic. And empathic does not mean that you are sympathizing or that you're feeling sorry for somebody. To be empathic means that in a moment of trauma, you literally step into the other person's consciousness. That means you're aware of their thoughts, their feelings, their inclinations. And the reason why that happens is because you need now, in a survival mode, to figure out, is this person intending to harm me? What am I to do? And there's a response that goes along with that empathic ability. So as a nation, if you can imagine, the Black nation experiencing a trauma like chattel slavery, some up more close, some more as witnesses, some, very much involved. But the trauma would allow us to now step into the consciousness of the person who is our oppressor and our persecutor. And at the same time that we become aware of the thing that they're going to do to us, we also get trapped in this image of what that looks like. And we replay the trauma out towards ourselves as well as towards others. And so these brain cells, if they, they have been activated and they've been active for, all of humanity, but we're now only discovering that they actually cast this image or this picture that we then play out and continue to play out until we move through a process of forgiveness and speaking our truth and reconciling with ourselves. And so we're going to reconcile with ourselves as individuals, but we also have to reconcile with ourselves as men and women within the Black nation and then unify as a nation altogether. So when you go searching for someone who's going to help you repair your marriage, somebody who's going to help you improve your self-esteem, somebody who's going to help you get out of this feeling like you're stuck, somebody who's going to help you overcome these trauma responses that are labeled personality disorders, PTSD, depression, anxiety. They're labels, but they're really a response, our own unique response to the traumas that we've endured, and not only us, but the ancestors before us. So in the same ways that these images are created in us, as we have our own children, these images are passed on to them. And so what we do is we do a replay. So there's this whole thing in the Bible where it talks about the sins of the father revisiting the children for up to 3 and 4 generations. Well, guess how it revisits us? It revisits us when we're afraid, and it revisits us through these images that we sometimes can't even decipher. And because we can't decipher them, we misinterpret them. So you want someone who's a trauma specialist. You want someone who's aware of your blackness. You want someone who's aware of the experiences of black people, and then knows how to then take that image that is in our heads for generations and completely destroy it so that the patterns can finally end. So I want to say good luck to you as you move through your day. Consider those mirror neurons. Look it up if you need to. Give me a call if you are looking for someone to assist you with, getting unstuck, someone to assist you with getting out of the moods, or helping someone who's a part of your family. Have a beautiful day.